The Duolingo English Test has very quietly made some major changes that all test takers need to know about. But will those changes hurt your DET score? Let's find out. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Let's talk about those changes that DET made earlier in July. So the biggest change they've made is to the individual subscores. If you completed the DET before July 2024, your score would have been divided into 4 subscores: literacy, production, comprehension, and conversation. Now, those categories were great if you want to show how you use your English in real life. But they had one major problem. Imagine that you're really good at writing, but when you try to speak, you feel all tongue-tied and nervous. Now, in the old system, your writing, which is good, and your speaking, which was bad, are combined together to make your production subscore. And that means that you don't have the chance to show how good your writing is. Your writing score gets pulled down by your not so good speaking score. So that was before. The change that DET have made is that now they'll also give your score for those 4 different areas of using English: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. So you'll also be able to show those scores. And if you're really good at writing, we'll be able to see how good your writing score really is. And it's also really good because if you're not sure, let's say, are you good or bad at reading? Are you good or bad at listening? This will let you know, okay, you're great at writing, you're great at listening, but your reading's really bad. And then you can focus on your reading, and next time you'll be able to get a higher score. So we know that DET is including those speaking, reading, writing, listening scores, but they're not getting rid of those old ones, the production, comprehension, conversation, and literacy. Instead, they're going to give both. So this is called your integrated score. So for example, you'll be able to know how good your writing is and your speaking, and you'll also get a score for those together, which is your production score. How well can you produce the language? And then if you want to know your listening score, you can get that, and your speaking score, you can get that, and you get the score of those 2 together, which is your conversation subscore. And because real life communication involves not just writing, but reading, not just speaking, but listening, it's more useful, and you'll be able to show your real English skills. If you're applying to university, or you're applying to a job or a visa, you'll be able to show how well you can really use English in real life. So we've looked at how the subscores are changing, but what does this mean in terms of, is the test easier or more difficult? That's what we really want to know. Are DET trying to make the test harder? Well, the good news is, no, they're not, because all of the different types of questions are staying the same for now, and they're not changing the different levels of scoring. So the way that they show your score will change, but your actual score is going to stay the same. So if they're not making the test harder or easier, why did they make the changes? Really, it's just to make the test more accurate and more useful, because now you'll be able to show, if you apply to a university, look how good my writing is, look how good my speaking is. You don't have to guess how good your individual skills are anymore. You really have that information, and it's going to be helpful for you, for students who are taking the exam, to know which areas you have to improve. And for example, if you keep dropping marks in the writing section, then we have a great video to help you. It's our 9 sentence upgrades to help you score 140 or more in writing in the DET. So you can get the link to that down here, or you can click on it up here. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, because we'll always give you the latest news from the Duolingo English Test and all of the different information, the skills, the practices, and we'll give you, hopefully, a lot of fun as well. So make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.